Good morning. We are going to begin this project by creating a new composition, and the last time we looked at this, I had conformed that composition to a longer length. So we're actually going to start from scratch here. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new composition. It's 1920 by 1080, 29.97 frame rate, and instead of 1 minute and 30 seconds, we're just going to make it 30 seconds. Okay, so background color black, that all looks good. And I'm going to go ahead and import multiple files. And I'm going to import this new movie, Manos, which is hands. It's shot on green screen. Raindrops and our Spookey walking through. And I'm going to hit cancel. I don't want to import anything else. So, okay, so the first thing we want is raindrops on our composition. Okay, so at this point we are not going to do any time remapping. We did that last lesson, but we are going to conform it using our interpret footage to the video resolution that we're using in our final project, so 29.97 frames per second. Okay, so we're using 30 seconds of this footage, and as you can see, it's still slow because it's playing from RAM, so that's not a big deal. The more we play it, the faster it's going to become. We're going to do walking through the woods. We're going to drag that into our composition on top. So we're going to use that same spooky effect. And we decided on the mode of overlay, which gives us the spookiness. Now this one we're going to conform and we are going to elongate it. So I'm going to go to interpret footage. I'm going to conform to the frame rate of 29.97 frames per second. And now I am going to go to layer, time, and I'm going to enable time remapping. I'm going to go to layer, time, and I'm going to time stretch it. And we know that we want it this time to be exactly 30 seconds long. So instead of 15:07, we're going to make it 30 seconds. We're still going to use that effect. We're going to make the layer out point the hold frame. All right, so we're going to stretch that baby out. Now it covers the full 30 seconds. And so let's just let's go ahead and save it. So I'm going to save this as Project 7AEP end. And let's play it. Okay, so it's playing super slow. Slow, slow, slow. Okay, so last time we animated an effect to make it even spookier, and this time I think I am not going to bother. There, I'm going to undo that though. I actually put the keyframe a little bit further in time than I wanted to. There, so I'm going to make that where he starts in the middle. All right. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to save because it's good to be paranoid. And we're going to go ahead and add an effect to walking through the trees at sunset. Now we talked about effects last time. We used a lens flare, which is one of my least favorite effects. But let's take a look at everything that we have in here. Okay, so we have animation, which we don't care about really at this point. Color correction, distort, expression controls, blur and sharpen, noise and grain, perspective. Let's take a look at stylize and see what we have in there. All right, so burn film, glass textile. I'm going to let you use whatever you want for this movie. Let's see what burn film looks like. That's kind of interesting. I like that. All right, so remember we can choose to alter the center of the effect. And I am going to do that right at the beginning here. And I'm going to center the effect in the beginning. I'm going to have that effect move around. And then I'm going to have it towards the end. I'm going to move forward a keyframe here. So remember in Effects, CC Burn Film, we have a keyframe here at the beginning. Now I'm going to put a keyframe here at the end, and I'm going to move the center of that effect just so it has that sort of spooky feeling that we want. Okay, and I'm going to go back to fit here so we can see it. All right, so let's take a look. So our spooky effect runs through the whole movie. We can't see the man all that well. Remember, we're previewing in RAM, so it's super slow, 9 frames a second. I'm going to see if there's a different mode that will, yeah, okay, I like that better. I can see a little bit more. All right, so now we're going to add some type. So I am going to, now we've added type before, so that's not a big deal. And we're going to take the type tool and I'm going to type the word escape. Okay, so that certainly is the wrong color and the wrong typeface. What I want, I think, is for this typeface to be white. So it automatically brought up the character panel for me. And let's take a look and see what we have in our type menu here. So I would like a spookier typeface than that. I don't have a lot of spooky typefaces here. All right, so maybe that's not going to be a reality for me. But I do have Avenir Next, which is one of my favorite typefaces, and I have the Ultralight, which is also one of my favorite typefaces. So I'm actually not going to use it though because I want to do a little bit of type animation. So I'm going to use the, I don't like the regular. I'm going to use the Demi Bold. No. Okay, sorry, I'm indecisive. We're going to use the Ultralight, but we're going to do it in all caps. All right, so there's the word escape. It's 262 points, which I think is about right. I'm going to make it an even 250. And I am going to, looks like everything else in the type is right for right now. So I'm going to use the Move tool or V. Okay, so now I have the type tool. So escape, I have it at the beginning here, and I'm going to look for an effect under Effects and Presets. I'm going to go for, not time, but text. Numbers, time code. So I'm going to go to Animation Presets, Text. All right, so I'm going to go with Animate In, and I'm going to go to Decoder Fade In, which is kind of a fun effect. So that'll fade this in over time. And I'm going to save. And now remember, this is the RAM preview. Okay, and we're not seeing the animation yet because it's still working on that. Okay, so I'm going to leave it the way it is. So we're going to have it decoder fade in, which I think is kind of cool. And I think I'm going to have it float in. I'm changing my mind here. We're going to have it float in over time, or at least fade in over time. So I'm going to go to my transform menu, and at the very beginning point, I'm going to put the opacity keyframe in there. So it's going to be 0%, and it's going to fade into 100% over 10 seconds. So that's pretty slow. And I'll have it fade out slowly. So I'm going to add a keyframe here at 20 seconds. That's going to continue at 100%. And then I'm going to have it fade out very slowly over 10 seconds, taking it down to 0%. So we're not seeing the preview because this is a lot for After Effects to preview in one shot. Actually, I'm going to have it move out a little bit faster than that. So I'm going to have it fade out relatively quickly. Okay, so now we have our Spooky movie. And there's one other thing that I might want to do, and that's work on the modes here. So multiply drops out white, screen drops out black, and let's see how it looks in overlay, just for fun. I kind of like that. I think it's kind of cool. All right, so it's going to drop in while our guy walks in. So we worked with the modes, we've worked with animating an animation preset, we've worked with layering video, and you know what? There's one thing that I didn't do. What is it? Actually, no, I did do it. I conformed that video to 29.97, so we're good there. Okay, so now I'm going to make a decision as to what I would like to add. And we have this Manos movie. Manos, of course, means hand, and it's on a green screen. And I'm going to drag it in between the word escape. Now, this doesn't look like a whole lot. Let's look at the end of the movie. Escape. Okay, I'm going to have it come in a little bit later in time. And I'm going to have it be cool if I could have it grab the type and drag it down. That would be cool. But first thing we're going to do is add a mask to it. So okay, so what we've just done is created a rough mask. And what we're going to do in the next video is refine that mask and have that hand come in, grab the word escape, and pull it down. All right, thanks for watching, and can't wait till next video. So this will be cool.